So I have stumbled and stumbled and stumbled trying to find Xbox games and trying to get an Xbox to play these games. Ignorant as I've been, the list that I found was wrong. I could not get the Xbox, the actual website, Xbox backwards compatible list to load. I don't know why. I've tried on my phone, my desktop. I've tried on my laptop. I've tried on my tablet, and none of them will load. I don't know why. It will only load the first, like, 10 games. So the list was not complete for me, and I went through forums trying to find games that were compatible with the X, and they were wrong, by the way. So I thought maybe the One didn't know the Xbox One and the Xbox S, X and S, well, X, have the same library of games, so dumb me. I got an Xbox One from somebody at work and got it for a pretty good price. Really good on him to help me with my collection. And then somebody else, while I was talking to him, I was like, yeah, I need a 360 real bad. And she said, hey, I got an old 360 that my son doesn't play anymore. He hasn't played in like 10 years. It's probably been longer than that. And I was like, how much do you want for it? She said, you know what, you collect them. How about I'll just give it to you so you can clean it up. If you play it, you play it. If you don't, you can put it on the shelf. It's better at your house than mine. I was like, I'm not going to say no to that. And that's what this one right here is. I got the Slim. Now, one problem. Just one. First off, well, two problems. It's dirty. Needs to be cleaned. Second problem is something I did not know I would run into. This does not have a actual HDD. It's got a flash drive, basically. But it needs a hard drive. And, which, not a big hiccup. I went ahead and ordered one. It'll be here Thursday. But now I am finally going to be able to play the games I wanted. And to top it off, I'll be able to stream the games I wanted. Another thing is, this didn't come with a controller. She couldn't find it. Sad news, on top of that, is not only was it hot that day, I went to drive to the retro stores and whatnot. Nobody would sell or had a 360 controller to sell. They had original Xbox, they had PlayStation 1, 2, and 3. They had all these knockoffs, but they did not have a knockoff 360. But good news, Amazon did. Now, if I would have plugged this up over the weekend, I would have found out real quick I needed that hard drive. Probably would have came in today. But Chinese knockoffs, Amazon for the win. It works. It's fantastic. Wasn't that much. I got 2 of them just in case I get a game that might be multiplayer and I decide to sit down with somebody for couch co-op and just piss each other off. But that right here is my almost second to the last step of having at least every major generation of Xbox. The main thing I've been doing is trying to gather as many consoles as I can, whether helping people or, you know, people want to donate them to me, stuff like that. It's been helping, whether they work or not. And I'm just trying to, at some point, have them put up on a shelf somewhere. And, like, if the next generation of consoles come out, I'll probably put these new consoles up, put them on the shelf, pull them out when I want to stream a game that might be exclusive to that console. That's kind of the huge reason why I had to go down to a 360 and to make sure I didn't... use an adapter to adapt it to HD, I made sure I got one that was HD. Got super lucky, somebody at work wanted to give it away. And here's the games that I've been waiting to try to actually play. Minus the Xbox One. The major one was this. I've talked about it a couple of times on a couple of videos. It finally came in, and it is my pride and joy for my Xbox collection. That and Fable. That's the 2 that I own that I will never get rid of. And one that I actually didn't know came out before was Tenchu, Return from Darkness. I've never played this one. I actually only played the Wrath of Heaven, which is actually one I got from the same store. Got lucky that they had that one. And then I got Ultimate Spider-Man I was able to get a hold of. And another one I did not see coming that I was not actually even looking for was the Ultimate Destruction. If you didn't play that, it is absolutely hilarious. It was a fantastic game. I remember playing it on GameCube. I absolutely loved it. It was a rental store, which you can't even get those anymore. And it was great. And now that I got it on Xbox, I can sit here and enjoy it. And it's a future stream at some point. Like I said, my streams are exclusively for games I like or new games if they come out. It's more of a come by, have fun, chat, let's shoot the shit, and I'm playing games. And that's what I'm got lucky that this one is one of the Xboxes, like the second generation, I guess, of it. The first gen was, AV, and I didn't want to compress all that because the audio, sometimes, at least on my Wii, if you use an adapter, it will adapt the video pretty well. The audio, though, it will compress it and it compressed the audio to where when I played one of the Zelda games, the bombs, when they blow up, crackle, and it was just like it would peak really bad, and the audio was trash when it done that. Outside of that, pretty much everything else was fine. Just explosions were bad, and I didn't want that to happen to this. I wanted to stream as smooth as I can. Another thing, this is for, you know, trying to make sure I got the hardware to play these games, because while, yeah, if you want to, you know, emulate, that's a huge thing. I do recommend, but I don't have. At some point, I might get me a whole another computer, and it's going to be just for emulating only. That's going to be in the future. I got to look into all that. But right now, I'm making sure I got the hardware first before they become completely impossible to find. I've gotten lucky that I've had people basically donating or selling me some of these consoles for cheap, and they work. The only ones that don't 100% work yet is going to be my regular Nintendos back there. I have to go through them and figure out which ones are real. But the good news is I do have a retro player, so I'll play at least you know, Sega, Genesis, regular Nintendo, and Super Nintendo. So I don't have to worry about that so much. I have a playable original hardware. It pretty much emulates the original hardware anyway. So it's as good as I can get as far as being able to play games in the now without having to buy a bunch of converters, stuff like that. I also have a TV that is got like 13 inputs. It's got AV component, a couple HDMIs. It's ridiculous amounts of stuff that somebody gave me for free. So I can still play old school games on an old school plasma. It's not a tube, but it's close enough, and it'll still play just like, or similar. It won't be exact, but at least it'll be playable on a, you know, that TV. Yeah, guys, this is just another video of me just talking about another console I got that I'm super excited about. So I will be able to get this fired up. I've already got it reset. It's already not able to connect to the internet, you know, because it's been shut down. But the good news is it's still playable to play all the old games. So I will be able to fire it up and actually be able to play these games. But the only problem I have is it doesn't have the hard drive. So I can't play original Xbox yet until the hard drive comes in Thursday, which is fine. I'm going to be trying to do the Wukong game this weekend anyway, so they give me time to have this set up. But yeah, that's about all I got to say. Y'all have a good one.